What's up YouTube, it's Louis here. I hope you're all well. Today we're looking at Quant on the daily time frame. We're expecting Quant to actually pump up. Make sure to tune into today's Bitcoin update. We're seeing a potential inverse head and shoulders on the daily time frame. That would be beautiful if we saw that upcoming. But of course we're also seeing a small inverse head and shoulders over here. Shoulder, head, shoulder, or just a potential double bottom. But we're not too concerned about this neckline at 120 or the inverse head and shoulders neckline over here at 113, which we're running into right now as some resistance. Can you see if we zoom in a little over here into Quant on the daily time frame, put this neckline through the bodies. When I'm drawing these necklines, I like to use the bodies, and you can see we're rejecting at the moment. What's interesting is the 12 EMA is lining up over here. And we can see that that's already crossed under the 200 EMA, and we're about to get this death cross or whatever. Oh, actually, we've got it. Jeez, I didn't even realize. So the 20 has just crossed under the 200 EMA. This is not a good sign. If the 55 comes under as well, that's just, expected continuation to the downside. So technically, that's the death cross already. But yeah, what would be like a further nail in the coffin is the 55 coming under the 200 EMA. We've had it in the past where it didn't matter too much. However, the 55 was never above. So it was never technically fully bullish as of then. You need to see the 55 above the 200, and that's why we got such a crazy impulse once it did actually cross over. So of course, what did we just see here? When they crossed over, you saw a massive impulse in Quant's price. So if this crosses under this, we should expect a massive impulse to the downside as well. The 20, you can see when the 20 came above, we did get this impulse. And then just afterwards, the 55 was a bit lagged. The 12 is the first, but I wouldn't worry too much about the 12. It's really close to the price action. So yeah, to me, it doesn't matter too much. I'm just focused on how it's reacting. If there's a daily close, for example, if we close in 8.5 hours like this, then yeah, that's the signal we're going to continue. We're going to try and push lower. We've got this 236 that could hold us up. But yeah, if we're closing below the 236, expected continuation back down to the lows, $90, $85. And lower. However, what we're seeing building up with Bitcoin on the weekly time frames, potentially there could be some sort of reversal. I'm not sure. Yeah, this Quant chart's absolutely awful with the weekly. Let me change the chart to just the regular Quant chart. However, the regular Quant chart doesn't have this big wick, so bear that in mind. But yeah, you can see, okay, let's just say, because we have quite a big wick, let's go back to the other Quant chart, see where it goes down to $86. So on this chart where it goes to $86, you can see the wicks are pretty even on either side. Let's get rid of the drawings. They're pretty even on either side, so I'd call that a doji. So going back to the other Quant chart now, this wick went down to 86. So you can see it pretty much looks like a doji if we drew that on. However, that would signal that there's some sort of consolidation period, indecision in the market. No one really knows what's going on, but where is it? It's on the golden pocket over here. So that's positive. So if you're bouncing off that, you should actually continue up like that. That is what is expected. However, we're not silly. We see this key support that we unfortunately lost ever since losing it. I was signaling that we were going to $70, and many didn't want to hear it back then last year. And I was getting trolled here and here because we almost hit 70. We were at 83, and you did a 100% move back up. Insane for Quant, but I was not getting fooled. I wanted to see weekly candle closes above 150. And above this neckline over here. Did we see it? No. So we should expect continuation lower. That's what I was saying with that candle. And then I got trolled again as it went up, but eventually went down. So the same within this area. Although the signal here is you have this push up, golden pocket is down here. You should continue up like this. That would be beautiful. I really hope that happens. But again, guys, we are under this key resistance. Remember, over the last few days, I've been saying I don't even... price could go up all the way until the 188. So technically you could come all the way to 188, and this could still be bearish, because the next move from here is you need to hold the golden pocket, and if you fall back under it, you'll flip it into resistance, and then you continue lower. So even if you come up to 188, that's a good first step. Now let's hold this as support. Yes, then we will actually continue higher. continue to the inverse head and shoulders patterns target. But that is not even a thing as of now. We're under the neckline. I know this is really ugly, guys. There's a lot on the chart, so I'll get rid of the indicators and we'll try and zoom in a bit. But this purple line over here, when we got above it, we validated the patterns target back to the previous all-time high, up until $440, $450. But we needed to continue up to there, and to do so you needed to get rejected here, which I'm so happy I was able to warn you guys and say we're coming back to the weekly EMAs down. Weekly EMAs down here. But yeah, of course, from that point you can't have an expectation that it's going to be a fake out. You have to say you've flipped everything bullish. Let's turn off the drawings. You flipped everything bullish by getting above these EMAs, because everything was bearish once we formed a bearish cross. Reclaiming them is bullish. It means it's weekly bullish. Now for months we should be going up, and very quickly a month can happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on the 5th month, then we reversed. Sorry, on the 5th month, I wish 5th week that was 1 month. I wish it was 5 months above. Oh gosh, there you go. I'm missing the bull market, guys. But anyway, yeah, we invalidated the inverse head and shoulders neckline by falling back under it, which was lining up exactly with that 55 EMA on the weekly time frame. You can see we already rejected it. Don't worry too much, because this is a doji. You're trapped between support and resistance. Essentially, it means you're stuck between these two levels. If we go to the top, you should get rejected. If you go to the bottom, you should get rejected. And you're just going to do this until you decide. It doesn't have to go on for long, but you're just essentially trapped between these 2 points until a breakout. So you wait for a weekly close above this wick or this wick. What is interesting, where is the top wick? It's at that level we've been screaming about over these last few days, 125. That's why when we go back to the daily time frame, and I'm not too worried about this. If you're bullish, don't worry too much about here. As in, don't worry too much if it breaks out. It's not a signal that we're going to continue up, because you've got so many key resistances still. If you're bullish, if you want to trade this, wait for a close above the 382, which is 125. Again, when we just zoomed out to the weekly time frame, we just said this is your resistance, this is your support of the range. And if we see a weekly close above that, where is that? $125. What is it also? The 050 fib. And we've been saying that potentially Quant is not bullish until you're above the 0786, because you need to get up to there first, come back to this gold box, and then come out of it and take out that 786 high. And when we go back to the weekly time frame, that is around the 0618. So essentially we need to break through that, come back, hold this small golden pocket around 140, 160, and then take out 188. And then you can see that this larger golden pocket between 127 and 170, as you've broken above it, you confirmed its support, and now you're out back to 400, yeah, another dip, and then continuation to these higher price targets. But yeah, it won't even be quick, guys, honestly. Even if that were to happen, it'd take some over a year. But that's pretty much it for today's update. There's not much more than I can go into. I've given you absolutely everything. But if you're bullish, you need to wait for a close above 125 for this double bottom and inverse head and shoulders pattern to be valid. And it's just an impulse towards this resistance, which I just expect a dump from. But again, yeah, go check out today's Bitcoin update, because we are potentially seeing some bullish things on the daily and on the weekly time frame. But again, it's just short term, and I believe that any bounce is just a bull trap. Don't forget that any bounce is fake. That's my opinion. Of course, you don't have to agree, because I've gone through in this video as well that this is a massive impulse. This is technically a golden pocket, and your next move should be up like this. But I'm not silly, and I'm not going to ignore all of this key resistance that is in this area. So when you pump back into it, technically you should just continue lower. So there's a big fight going on. You can see if that would happen, it'd be a shoulder, head, shoulder. But yeah, step by step, guys, step by step. But again, that's my expectation going forward. Any pump is fake going forward, unless we're actually getting up all the way to 188, flipping this golden pocket into support, taking out 188, and only once we actually pull back from 188 and then take it out, that's when I'm bullish again. I know, yes, that's almost a double higher. I don't care. We're not safe down here. You're safe up there. You're not safe here. You're safe there. So where am I going to enter? Where I'm safe, okay? If that is fine to do it down here with the biggest risk in the world of going lower, I'd rather not have that risk of going lower. Let's break above that level, confirm where you're going to get rejected as resistance, confirm it as support, so you go up instead of down. That's what I want to see. I want to see it with my own eyes. Until then, I just believe this is going to happen until you're reclaiming it, because going up is not the expected move. You've lost the key support, which was the bear market. You see this bear market box? It was the bull market box, and losing it down here is the worst scenario you could have ever hoped for. But again, good signs that you're holding here to go back up, but I'm just expecting a hammer down. If we somehow do a miracle and we take out 188, I'm back. But until then, yeah, I just believe it going down. Hope that was clear. Thank you guys so much. Let's get this video to 250 likes. Not enough people are tuning in. Let's share the video over on Twitter if you can. Like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.